What do my you boys coming through once again? And on today's video, we're gonna talk about Flaco from a convict's perspective. This individual had a channel right here in California. It's one of the first channels that had to do with prison stuff, right? He had a all right channel, more than all right. He had a good channel, and eventually he ended up going to Arizona for whatever reason, and ended up getting in trouble, right? He picked up a case. He went to prison. Uh, about how much time he got, I don't know. I don't know if he came out saying that he had 11 years, 12, something around those lines, 7 years. I don't know. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much time he has. He's not getting out anytime soon. Now, as many of you guys know, man, the situation in Arizona. There's a lot of videos being uploaded from prison and where you see inmates being battered left and right, man. It's popping, it's cracking right there in Arizona right now. There's a lot of people becoming unalive. And one thing about Flaco that a lot of people in California knew is that he was no longer allowed to go to the GP side, right? The reason, let's say that old boy decided to play with some wires, and you cannot play with wires, if you know what I mean. Once he did this, once he helped whoever he needed to help, he's considered no bueno, right? Well, this individual decided to go to Arizona GP, which everybody was tripping on this. Everybody was saying, hold on, there's no way this guy is going to go to GP, right? But guess what? Apparently he did, right? He did. So far, he has 10 months in prison, and he'd been GP those 10 months. Now, the thing about this, man, is that recently he went to the hole for something. He went to the hole. I don't know if he got in a fight, but something happened, and he went to the hole. Now, for those who don't know, right? When you go to a hole, when you're about to get released, you go to a special committee, to see what they're gonna send you, to see what's gonna happen with you, stuff like that. So apparently, this guy went to this supposedly committee in Arizona prison, and they told him that he couldn't go GP no more because, first of all, they were wondering if he was like a dropout NF member, right? Apparently, the inmates in Arizona had to cause some win of possibly the status of Flaco. So I guess the institution was not was thinking that putting Flaco back on the GP was gonna be a liability. Not only this, man, but a lot of content creators have been dropping content on Flaco before, talking about his situation. Uh, Channels from California, and now what I hear, channels from Arizona, right? So this, of course, got to the years of administration in Arizona, and basically say this, man, your life is in danger. You cannot go to GP. Why? Because it's only a matter of time for them to get you. I don't know how the Arizona system works, so I'm not gonna get into it. But what I do see is there's a lot of violence, and there's a lot of violence in a lot of prisons, But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've been constantly seeing videos on the news, Arizona news, about inmates getting beat up with padlocks, and people recording this, right? It's not a nice place to be at, Arizona, right now. And because of this, Flaco finally, after 10 months, went SNY, went PC, man. Because he couldn't, I mean, like, come on, let's just be honest about this. Old boy did what he did out here on the streets, period, right? It's done. He's an older individual. What he's doing on a GPR, what benefit that is going to bring into him other than his ego, right? Like, oh no, I'm not going PC. I mean, I'm staying solid right here on GP. But if we were to be smart about this, that was a very dumb move, if you were to ask me, right? You're gonna put yourself in jeopardy, according to that, because one thing is saying that he went GP for all these 10 months, and then finally he went to the hole, and they were like, nah, man, you cannot go GP, man, you have to go PC straight up, or actually who was PC from the beginning, Let's just think about that a little bit, because at the end of the day, the only one who actually knows the truth is gonna be the institution and Flaco, right? And sometimes the truth get distorted here and there. One thing I do tell you is that if he made this video saying that he went PC, he's keeping it honest, man. Not like a lot of individuals around this camp that can't keep that 100%. But honestly, man, uh, props to old boy for doing what he did, understanding that he's old without being disrespectful. But it's time for him to just basically do his time and get out. You know what I mean? Get out. Hopefully, his day comes soon. But that thing, playing with your life, putting your life at risk, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. Look what happened to old boy rapper, man. You see? And that was on the S and Y part, you know? To be honest, all that 50-50, man, just miss me with that shit. It's either GP or S and Y. Simple as that. But man, I'll give old boy props for making a video saying what took place, if that's actually the case. Whether he wanted to twist it or not, at the end of the day, that's his story. He's telling you where he's going. He's telling you that he's okay with it and that he's willing to finish his time like that. The only thing that tripped me out is that actually the prison was getting information from channels from Arizona, from YouTube channels who were putting information about Flaco, saying that they were gonna get him. It was just a matter of time. And there you go, man. People, law enforcement, listen to YouTube channels. They listen to YouTube channels. Of course, if people keep continuing throwing disinformation out there for the public, an inmate is gonna end up getting that information, and what he decides to do about it, man, I don't know. But you don't want to be in that predicament, you know. Finally, old boy decided to go with the flow, and I think this is the best for him, you know. I think he got himself in a bad situation. There's no going back now, so the only thing that he can do is at least start making smart decisions in your life now, you know, because maybe it could be too late. Never know, man. Maybe it could be too late. I have seen stories that are happening in Arizona. I don't know if it's different levels, higher levels, or whatever. I don't know how it's run over there, but one inmate unaliving two inmates in an Arizona prison. So, man, at the end of the day, man, it's just prison life. One thing that you have to understand is that you need to know how to move within those walls. You know, if you can't move like you're supposed to, man, at the end of the day, everything's gonna catch up to you. And trust me, it's gonna be nothing nice, man. So I'm pretty sure that Flaco heard throughout the grapevine that possibly somebody had mentioned something here and there. That's not just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm pretty sure somebody has said something like, "Hey, man, what's up with these rumors, man? Is that you the one they're talking about? Is this you the one saying this is a picture of you that came from the YouTube channel? Is this you or not?" I'm pretty sure somebody brought up something, right? And at that point, it was like, nah, that's not me. Hey, man, I can't be here no more. I think something around those lines had to happen. But that's just my opinion. At the end of the day, the only people who are going to know this information and the truth is going to be Flaco and the institution where he's from, right? So hopefully you like this information that I just dropped right now. Flaco from the channel, A Convict's Perspective, he went PC already. And the lesson with this individual, man, for everybody to learn, man, is never lose ground of who you are, where you're at, and actually respecting the law, man, because you can have everything in your hand, and just like that can just go away. You know, I think, for my opinion, this guy had a big channel. This guy was dropping good content, and slowly he started to fade away for whatever reason, right? If it had to do with the girlfriend, it had to do with the substances, whatever it was the case, right? Never lose track of your goal. Never lose track of where your life is headed to. Always keep that in mind, because at the end of the day, the minute you forget is the minute that you'll crash and then burn. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like, comment on the channel. Gracias. We out.